that starts recording. And when the guys are coming and do that, just push that again and it starts recording. And then just shut it. And to stop it. See, it's recording. And it starts recording again.
I invite you to share this day with them. We have a special guest with us today, Brother Kurt Warmaster, Director of Communications and Public Affairs and Honorary Past President of our association. Won't you please rise, face the flag of our country, place your hands over your heart, and listen as Brother Kurt raises his voice to sing our national anthem.
years younger, Pilgrim Terry Goldstein from Cortex 1610. As Pilgrim past younger, Pilgrim Mark Anderson from Delaware 1167. Pilgrim and dignitary will be introduced at the ceremony progression. Friends, we are here today to celebrate a very happy occasion, one which is one of the greatest importance to our fraternity and its members. Many of our brothers aspire to receive the silver ring, but only a few are chosen. 11 lives have been singly honored for the elevation of these 11 pilgrims to the Pilgrim of America was conferred on them last June the 4th, 2011, in the House of God at Leesburg, Illinois.
Randy Howard Cahill, Kenton 423. Wayne E. Clark, Caldwell 221. Brian D. Cox, Salina 1473. Jack L. Davis, Ironton 701. Francis E. Duke, East Liverpool 122. Roy E. Egan Jr., Dayton 73. Mark Howdieshell, Greenville 329. Daniel C. Hudkins, Mogador 1082. Don L. Perdue, Osiris 669. Paul Richards, Gloucester 1197. Rick D. Sallibury, Pastoria 1567.
It is a delightful privilege today to pay homage and extend our fraternal greetings to these 11 pilgrims. At the same time, to give them to the Pilgrim of America. Pilgrim started at home. You retired to the Indian room and conducted armed pilgrims to their stations and present on the show. opening trip, Pilgrim Reed is held only in the Moose House of God. It is fitting, therefore, that we call upon the Pilgrim Prelate to open this ceremony with prayer. Everyone, please rise.
Let us fold our arms and bow our heads. God of the universe, in whom we live and move and have our being, source of all created things and father of all sons of men in all lands everywhere, we acknowledge thy supremacy, thy majesty, thy glory. We ask that thou look with favor upon our order and our friends meeting here on this occasion to pay homage and tribute to these brothers who have been elevated in our ranks because of devotion to the cause of mankind. May that which we do today bring honor and glory unto thee, and through this inspiration, may our good work toward the children at Mooseheart and our senior citizens at Moose Haven be favorable in thy sight. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Everyone may be seated. I shall ask three commanders of the swing ground to come to close out.
New Pilgrim brothers, fellow pilgrims, honored guests, dignitaries of the Women of the Moose, families and friends. It is my privilege this afternoon to introduce to you our keynote speaker, a member of Cahill Moose Lodge 2463, honoring past president of our association, who today is Director of Communications and Public Affairs of the Loyal Order of Moose, Mr. Kurt Burmeister.
Good afternoon. Today marks the 10th anniversary of this Ohio State Moose Association statewide Pilgrim degree presentation. In no other of our 44 Moose Associations throughout North America has an annual combined statewide presentation of regalia the Pilgrim degree of merit to its new conferees. Nowhere has this been made into nearly as successful an event as it is here in Ohio every September. For those in our fraternity who have come to Ohio and who have seen and experienced the class, quiet competence, the pride, and the dedication with which this state's Moose Association is run, that fact is no mystery. I have been privileged to come sing during all 10 of these events up to now. And every September, I have so much looked forward to coming here, to hearing the stories of the men who are changing their blazers today from the light blue of the fellowship degree to the gold of the Pilgrim at this ceremony. Most of their stories revolve around records which many outsiders might think of as a puzzling paradox. Paradox of fraternal service. Service to others is rendered to the extent and for such a length of time as is required for a Moose member to earn these coats of gold. Earning the Pilgrim degree of merit nearly always involves in part many hundreds, if not thousands of hours over the course of 10 or 20 years or longer of utterly uncompensated time and labor, what many would think of as drudgery in some instances. It's time on your feet in the kitchen, out on the patio, flipping burgers, turning bratwurst, stirring spaghetti sauce for a fundraiser for Mooseheart, instead of staying home and fixing dinner for your family. Time under harsh fluorescent lights, calling bingo. Time setting up tables for a family chili night, and bussing them down and mopping up afterwards till late hours. All instead of spending that same evening at home in your comfy chair. Time spent in seemingly endless lodge board meetings or committee meetings. Nicer weather could be time hauling wheelbarrows full of topsoil to make the lodge grounds or a local park look better, instead of doing the same in your own front yard. But in doing so, as you punish your feet and your backs and your eyes for all of those years, much more often than not, you did all that hard work with smiles on your faces, jokes on your lips. How is that possible? Well, if you're a dedicated Moose, that's not a puzzling question at all. because you're doing all that work in the company of your brothers, most of whom you knew were just as tired as you were, and who were together with you bearing more likely a burden of love and service than would have been impossibly heavy for any one of us there alone. And because you knew you were doing all this toward the cause of something great, profoundly worthwhile and lasting, you knew that in doing all of this work, you were doing just your little bit toward giving hope and comfort to a young life in Mooseheart that otherwise had very little life. And doing just your little bit to give security and peace to your elders who had once supported us, given us all a decent start in life, those elders at Moose Haven. And doing again just your little bit to help your own communities become better, kinder places in which to live and raise our families. It was in return for doing all of that, for all those late nights over months and years, for doing more than most other members, that this fraternity repaid you with its ultimate thank you. For these 11 gentlemen seated on the stage before me, it came on June 4th of this year, when our fraternity's ultimate gratitude was bestowed upon you, 116 others from across the North American continent. At noon on that beautiful Saturday, you were led through the portals of the magnificent house of God at Mooseheart. After your names were read, each of you was handed a symbolic cup of kindness by one from among the littlest children at Mooseheart. And through the smiles on their faces and their act of giving, you knew they were conveying the most cherished thank you that a moose possibly could receive. What do those little faces say to us, not only on that day, indeed whenever a moose member makes the pilgrimage to Mooseheart? They say this: thank you for providing me with a secure home, clean sheets, 3 good meals every day. Thank you for providing me with a teacher who can take the time to really know me, to know how I learn best, to be patient with me in a classroom of just 12 or 15 kids instead of 35. Thank you for giving me the opportunity in time to make everything of myself that God has made me capable of making. You gentlemen here on this stage have worked harder, more consistently, and for more years than most Moose members choose to work, to make all of that possible for your children in Mooseheart. That is why the leaders of this fraternity, who are always paying attention, saw fit that you had earned the right to wear the coats of gold and to call yourselves from now on Pilgrims of the Order. Most state Moose associations don't have as many new pilgrims conferred every year as does Ohio. For it's never been a secret that Ohio has been consistently dominant in the leadership of this order. Indeed, of the 9 men who have led this fraternity as its Director General and Chief Executive Officer over the last 102 years since that position has existed, only 4 of those 9 have come from the Moose of this Buckeye State. But there are many more examples of great Moose leadership from Ohio than past Directors General Jack Stair of Steubenville, Herb Heilman of Tiffin, Don Ross of Delta, and now our current Director General, Bill Everett of Whitehall. You've been led here in Ohio by Moose of great personal warmth, Jack Stair, Jay Stair, much more recently my good friend, past Supreme Governor Don Eisel, here on this podium today. You've been led by the meticulous attention to detail of the late Supreme Secretary Carl Weiss of Columbus, State Director Lloyd Hawley of Columbus, and of course the great gentleman from Columbus 11 whom we lost just this last year, Jim Stonerock. You've been led by men of quiet, unwavering dedication like the late past Supreme Governor Tom Giese of Montpelier, now by your veteran Secretary John Sykes of Gallup, your regional manager Dwayne Brown of Gallup, and international webmaster Steve Speaks of Gahanna. You've been led by gentlemen of great business acumen, necessary tough-mindedness, like our long ago Mooseheart Governor, Congressman John Lentz, the man who coined the name Mooseheart back in 1913, and much more recently, like our own Supreme Councilman, Danny Albert of Mansfield. And you've been led by men with a facile command, the spoken and written word, in the manner of the late Warden Jeffrey, and more recently Jim Grandy, and of course Director General. All of this is why, other than being honored myself with the presentation of my own Pilgrim blazer 7 years ago, the most cherished honor that I have received my 20 years in this fraternity was given to me 5 years ago in 2006, represented by the white jacket I wore last evening, that of conferred past president of the Ohio State Police Association. Permit me to close with the words of a 19th century American writer who never had the opportunity to come among us, but he would have made a great one. I quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson: "To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, be it through a healthy child, a garden patch, or redeemed social condition, to know that even one life is breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded." Let me then pay my own tribute here today to some of the most successful gentlemen I could ever know, the Moose Pilgrims of Ohio. Thank you. God bless you.
Honored Pilgrims, it is hoped that this ceremony will help you recall that splendid occasion when you enrolled in the Royal Order of Moose. At that time, the Richard staff, representing your lodge and the Supreme Lodge, exemplified the deep meaning of our precept: purity, aid, and progress. However, it was because of your loyalty and your outstanding record of service through the years, in giving of your time and your effort to the good of our order, that you were called by the Pilgrim Council to Moosehart on June the 4th, 2011, to receive the Pilgrim Degree of Merit in the House of God at Moosehart, Illinois. The structure of our great fraternity continues to be built upon strong foundations, and it is only fitting and proper, therefore, that we should now once again review these principles. Representatives from the station of purity and aid will recount those precepts. The representative from the station of wisdom, the station that symbolizes the wisdom which you have acquired throughout your experience in our order, will charge you with further responsibilities.
Honored Pilgrims, I am happy and proud to greet you. I represent the station of purity, where the foundation of the Royal Order of Moose, which is the fatherhood of God and brotherhood of man, is an eternal principle. A superstructure like ours, built upon such a firm foundation, certainly will continue to stand the ravages of tyranny. As we all heed and practice the golden rule, success must surely crown our efforts. Congratulations.
Honored Pilgrims, as we stand before this station of aid, I once more would like to remind you of the countless labors of love that you and the other members of the Royal Order of Moose have bestowed upon those in need of a helping hand. We also believe that you fully subscribe to the philosophy that it is more blessed to give than to receive. Community service is a very important function of the Royal Order of Moose, and we know that you have done your part in making your communities a better place in which to live. Honored Pilgrims, congratulations on your special day.
Pilgrims, this is an occasion in which all of us are proud to participate. It's not a fleeting moment of pleasure, rather it is an event that will remain timeless. Today has been a beautiful journey down memory lane. As representatives from the stations of purity, aid, and wisdom, review for you the precepts of our order, and charge you with new responsibilities to hold up the Pilgrim degree of merit. I stand before you now representing the Station of Progress. Let your thoughts take you back to the years, to that moment when you stood before the altar of your lives, ending for membership in the Royal Order of Egan. Since that time, you've been instrumental in the growth, progress of your lives, but because all good service reflects itself in a decent service. That which you have done for your fellow members has spread and multiplied itself throughout the entire fraternity. I am happy for you and proud to greet you as new pilgrims. Honor Pilgrim, it was not just because of the length of your membership that you were called a new servant to receive the Pilgrim degree. That honor came to you because you established the purpose of your devotion to the Royal Order of Egan. I now bring you greetings from the Director General, the Pilgrim Governor, the Pilgrim elders, and the entire Pilgrim body. May their good wishes and kindness of thought continue during this Pilgrim presentation ceremony. These thoughts are multiplied 4,000 times over, because that's the maximum number of living pilgrims which are recorded upon the script of the Pilgrim degree at any time. We welcome you into the Pilgrim degree of merit in the Mooseheart House of God at Mooseheart on that memorable new tide, June 4th, 2011. When you received at the hands of your foster sons and daughters a cup filled with human kindness. You pledged your last measure of energy. You promised that never Brother Moose or his family suffer or privation. You further pledged your devotion to the end that our dependent children at Mooseheart will ever receive care and training in the highest standards of the American tradition. And that our senior members at our city of contentment in Louisiana, Florida, shall never again experience the hardships of this world. Additional pledges were made within the sacred confines of our Mooseheart House of God, which will not now or ever be divulged, which will bind you ever closer to the mandatory principles of this fraternity. The foundational order rests eternally upon the rock of human brotherhood. The tower of our temple, the Mooseheart House of God, is truly a staff of tolerance, pointing to the heaven which awaits the upright, the just, and the merciful. Within the borders of this temple, which in total spreads itself throughout the Moose domain, wisdom and report, love reign, charity bestowed the blessing. Beneath that vaulted dome, the fraternity appears all around us. Part of the affection burn fraternity. The Moose, the animal from which our order takes its name, each ever upward, the source of light and life. Like that Moose, you too have kept your deeds ever upward, and your good deeds sown along your pathway through life that blossoms through the life of mankind. You've cherished the lofty ideal of manhood. As a true Moose, you have lived your good works and not just your years. Your deeds of mercy towards the sick and the underprivileged have been more than mere tokens. And your kind thoughts have cherished your charitable acts. You have been ever ready to smile of cheer, and each setting sun has found the world happier because of some act you have performed or some deed accomplished. Your journey through this field is made but once. Your journey now is at the halfway mark. But it's not a resting station merely to look down upon which that has been accomplished. Rather, it is a supplementation for new and additional strength to climb the heights before you. But before we continue with you on your journey to this most memorable day, I invite you to listen to our guest and listen to the Parish of Mooseheart alma mater as our brother Kurt Ormeister, Director of Communications at Moose International, sings Mooseheart the Hat.
We come from the prairies, we come from the hills, from cities of toilers
Randy Howard Cahill. If it doesn't have wheels on it or some other means of locomotion, then he is not interested in it. Witness Brother Cahill's activities at Kenton Moose Lodge 428, where he served as Moose Youth Basketball Camp Chairman, served on the Gaming Committee, and as Youth Demo Derby Chairman for the local county fair. It ought to come as no surprise that from the time of his joining Kenton Lodge 428 on March 31st, 1974, on his way to becoming governor of his lodge, he served as Lodge Sports Chairman, Auditing Committee Chairman, Endowment Fund Chairman, and Membership Chairman. Then after serving as Sergeant at Arms, he got serious, serving as 1, 2, 3-year trustees, treasurer, prelate, junior governor, governor, and junior past governor. Miami Valley Moose Legion 30 proclaimed Brother Cahill their Moose Legionnaire of the Year. At the association level, he served as district president, assistant sergeant at arms, and sergeant at arms, Founders Day chairman, and racing chairman. Taking his oath seriously over the years as a life member, he has caused his lodge to grow, having attained the Century Division of the 25 Club. Randy has a son, Ryan, and 2 granddaughters, Jade and Janelle. Wayne E. Clark. On October 12, 1986, Brother Clark was enrolled at Caldwell Moose Lodge 221 and experienced what many might call a good fit. For in August the following year, he assumed the role of administrator, a service that he rendered for 16 total years. Along the way, he interrupted that role by accepting election to the office of governor and governor once again in 2007. Brother Clark could serve as example to administrators everywhere, for despite its small size and numbers, Brother Clark has kept Caldwell Lodge 221 big in meeting its obligations to Moose Heart and the OSMA. He has been especially ardent in promoting the endowment fund at every opportunity, and he underscored such commitment by serving for years on the ritual team. All the while, he has not ignored his duties to the association, serving all the chairs of District 14, including president, and subsequently he has served as OSMA District Membership Advisor, OSMA District Deputy Regional Manager, a position that he holds today. A member of the Century Division of the 25 Club, Brother Clark continues to reside in his Caldwell area home with his wife Sharon. They are the proud parents of 4 children and 3 grandchildren. Brian D. Cox. On October 5th, 1997, Brother Cox took the step forward that was to change his life in a dramatic way. For it was then that he joined Salina Moose Lodge 1473. He immediately became immersed in the life of the lodge and began his run on all the elective offices by first becoming treasurer in 1998. He was more than effective as governor, for he has served that office several times. His tenure as officer of Salina became the proving ground for his becoming governor of Wapakoneta Lodge 2654 as a dual member in 2007 and served as lodge administrator in 2009 until another administrator to take over in August. Brian served all the elected district offices of District 3, culminating as district president in 2004 and the following year as past president. Then at the state level, he served several committees, beginning in 2005 as Sea-Wing project assistant. In 2007, he chaired that committee. The next year, he was co-chairman of the Moose Heart Fieldhouse project, and since August 2009, has served as chairman. Brian was elevated by Salina Moose Lodge 1473 to the Fellowship Degree of Honor on May 26, 2003. Brian and his wife Angie are the proud parents of 3 children, Reed, Riley, and Ramsey, and continue to reside in Salina. Jack L. Davis. When he joined Ironton Lodge 701, he enjoyed the social life of the lodge until in 2001 he was invited to elevate to the degree of service. And for Buckeye Moose Legion 192 and Ironton 701, this elevation saw a new all-Ohio Moose Legionnaire in the making. After serving in several appointed chairs, he began his run in the elective offices of the Moose Legion, serving as president in 2009. He has brought in nearly 70 Moose Legionnaires over the years and was selected as Buckeye Moose Legion 192's top sponsor of the year for 2 consecutive years. He was the Lodge Moose Legionnaire of the Year in 2006 and Ohio's Moose Legionnaire of the Year in 2007. Meanwhile, he had received the Moose Legion Medal of Honor in 2006 and became a life member of Buckeye 192 in 2007. To say the least, Moose Legion plays a huge role in Brother Davis's life. His achieving the 100 division status of the 25 Club facilitated his elevation to the Fellowship Degree of Honor. Jack and his wife Penny have 4 stepchildren and continue to reside in Ironton. Francis E. Duke. Years ago, Moose International recognized that candidates for the advancement to the Silver Degree of Merit did not fit a one-size-fits-all set of criteria. They included an extraordinary service to his lodge category, a category which East Liverpool's 122's Francis E. Butch Duke meets in every sense. He joined East Liverpool 122 on March 1st, 1986, and immediately went to work for the lodge, almost literally. For soon he became a paid employee of the lodge, and for nearly 20 years he attended bar as one of the member put it, Butch was a paid employee spreading fellowship as our bartender. Never turning down a request for him to serve as chairman of a local committee, Butch chaired publications, application review, and auditing committees off and on until 2000. He accepted the lodge's request for him to serve as lodge administrator, a job he has held ever since. As a member of the 25 Club, he has entered the 200 division, and in his efforts for his Moose Legion East Ohio 87, he has sponsored over 30 to their total. Because of his outstanding efforts, his lodge nominated him honorary past governor, and in that same year they elevated him to the Fellowship Degree of Honor. Brother Duke and his wife Carol Lee reside in East Liverpool. 2092, little did he suspect that within short time that lodge would go under. Soon it was then, that on March 21st, 1977, Brother Egan joined Dayton Moose Lodge 73 when seeds of paternalism began to flourish and his career as a moose really took off. In 1981, Brother Roy was elected governor of his lodge. He ultimately has served every elected office of the lodge. Having joined Miami Valley Moose Legion 103 in 1975, it was a natural that his lodge saw him fit to nominate him to the Fellowship Degree of Honor in 1982. As a moose rider, Brother Roy has served several offices, including President 2005 to 2008. He also was on their steering committee for Blessing of the Bikes, an annual event, which is the largest fraternal event of the lodge. At the district level, he has served all elected offices and is presently District 2 President. A member of the 125 Division of the 25 Club, Brother Roy is nearing the 150 Division. He and his wife, Beth Ann, are proud parents of 8 children and continue to reside in Beaver Creek. Mark Howdieshell. On a blustery day on March 14, 1981, Mark was accepted into Greenville Moose Lodge 329. To this day, some 30 years later, members still tout Brother Howdieshell as a great leader of their lodge. He joined the Moose Legion in 1997 and was elevated to the Fellowship Degree of Honor in 1999. Ritual has been important in Brother Mark's moose life, where he served the lodge ritual team for many years and competed in the Ohio State Moose Association's competition 5 times, finishing as high as 3rd. For all his efforts in the lodge, district, state, and Moose International, all of which demonstrated his leadership abilities, were the reason for his having been named Greenville Lodge 329 Moose Legionnaire of the Year. His good-natured personality, along with his leadership skills, make him a superior advisor. A member of the 75 Division of the 25 Club, Brother Mark has also sponsored over 30 members to the Moose Legion. He is presently a paid-up MV5 member. Brother Mike and his wife Dory, an active chapter member, are proud parents of 2 children and have 5 grandchildren. They continue to reside in Greenville. Daniel C. Hudkins. Whenever members of Mogador Moose Lodge 1082 are asked to describe Brother Hudkins as a moose, their words are almost nearly similar, for they all recall Dan as a moose whose first and only object is to promote the programs of the moose, especially as these programs gel with the goals of Mogador and 82. Brother Dan helped to build and is responsible for 16 horseshoe pits, all of which are under roof and have frequently been the site for tournaments of the OSMA. Mogador Moose members, of course, keep the decibels down at a good level, for one often will hear the plop and clang as horseshoes pits and pegs. After joining the Moose in 1980, Dan has held in office in 21 years of his tenure, including serving many times as governor and past governor. He joined Western Reserve Moose Legion 7 wife Bonnie are the proud parents of 3 children and reside in Akron. Don L. Perdue. When Brother Perdue joined Recives Food Supply 669 in March of 1987, his motivation was purely social. But 1995 rolled around and Brother Don became enamored of moose ritual, joining the staff that year, exemplifying the role of governor. The next year he took on the historical committee chairmanship, followed the next year with the audit committee. Having served as trustee from 1998 through 2000, Brother Don was ready for the governorship, to which he was elected in 2001 and again in 2002. Lodge 669 received the Merit Award both years as governor. Brother Don chose the second degree of service in 1998 by joining Central Ohio Moose Legion 63, and 10 years later he served as its president. He has been an inspiring leader in District 7, passing through the chair and serving as president in 2005. At the state level, he has served in many capacities, including his appointment to District 7 Membership Advisor. Presently, he is treasurer of the Ohio State Moose Association. In 2001, his lodge nominated him for the elevation to the Fellowship Degree of Honor. Don and his lovely wife, Cheryl, have 3 children. Son Scott Perdue, daughter April Powell, and stepson Paul York, along with 5 grandchildren. They keep their residence in nearby Nevada. Paul Richards. When he joined Gloucester Moose Lodge 1197 on January 24, 1990, Brother Richards was either in a midlife crisis himself, or Lodge 1197 was, or it became immediately obvious that it was a kind of love affair with the moose. Brother Paul was elected junior governor in 1996 and has been an officer of the lodge ever since. The first time governor of his lodge in 97 and 98, he has been governor 8 or 9 times since. He was past governor in 1998. Brother Paul also jumped into the District 14 leadership in 1997, being elected treasurer and being ultimately elected president in 1999. On completing his presidential year, Brother Paul took yet another step in the leadership trail of District 14 by assuming the office of secretary, an office which he still holds. In 1997 was a big moose year for Brother Paul, where he chose to join the second degree of service, the Moose Legion, and became a Moose Legionnaire. The very next year, his lodge nominated him for elevation to the Fellowship Degree of Honor, which he proudly accepted at the International Convention on June 29, 1998 in Toronto. Brother Paul has signed over 260 members and has advanced life membership in the order. He has been in the Moose International 5 Club every year since 1996. Brother Paul and his wife Barbara are the proud
honored to have the opportunity to recognize their friends and fraternal associates who are with us today. Accordingly, please hold all applause until the end. First of all, we are so happy to have so many Ohio Pilgrims present this ceremony. I ask the Ohio State Blues Association State Secretary, Director of the Blue State Board of Directors, John Syke, come forward to call the roll of Pilgrim. When your name is called, brothers, please stand and remain standing until the roll has been completed.
Randy Cahill, Kenton Lodge 428. Pat Thomas, Kenton Lodge 428. Bill Dick, Indian Lake Lodge 1533. Tom Ziegler, Sylvania Lodge 1579. Wayne Clark, Caldwell Lodge 221. Brian Cox, Salina Lodge 1473. Francis Duke, East Liverpool Lodge 122. Mark Howdieshell, Greenville Lodge 329. Jack Davis, Ironton Lodge 701. Dan Hudkins, Mogador Lodge 1082. Don Perdue, Osiris Lodge 669. Danny Albert, past state president from Mansfield Lodge 341. Rick Salisbury from Fostoria Lodge 1567. Roy Egan from Dayton Lodge 73. Bob Lawrence from Greenville Lodge 329. Jesse Johnson from Fostoria Lodge 1567. Paul Richards from Gloucester Lodge 1197. Ted Haas from Dayton Lodge 73. Don Valentine, past state president from Portland Lodge 1012. Earl Thomas Sr. from Barberton Lodge 759. Charlie Harold from Mogador Lodge 1082. Steve Cheney, past state president from Chillicothe Lodge 1626. John Hankins from Ashland Lodge 1383. Gene Morelli from Cuyahoga Falls Lodge 918. Jim Morgan, past state president from Whitehall Lodge 1245. Don R. Eisel, past state president, past Supreme Governor from Columbus Lodge number 11. William Buck Giles, past state president from Mansfield Lodge 341. Jack Freshour, past state president from Springfield Lodge 536. Ed Seaton, past state president from Marion Lodge 889. Marvin Buchanan from Troy Lodge 2695. Robert Stuck, past state president from Kenton Lodge 428. Steve Baker from Greenville Lodge 329. Garrett Lee from Fort Clinton Lodge 1610. Lester Arnold from Worthington Lodge 1427. William B. Airy, past Supreme Governor, past state president from Whitehall Lodge 1245. Kurt Wermeister, past state president from Gahanna Lodge 2463. Chuck Stogler from Salina Lodge 1473. John Redmond from Salina Lodge 1473. James Olden from Cambridge Lodge 631. Jim Monroe, past state president from Salina Lodge 1473. Terry Goldstein, past state president from Fort Clinton Lodge 1610. Joe Pacansky from Osiris Lodge 669. Bill Hoot Gibson from Marysville 1651. Ted Bales, past state president from Galleon Lodge 303. Richard Hyde from Osiris Lodge 669. Don Leptic, past state president from Hamilton Lodge 36. Paul McIntosh from Logan Lodge 873. Ron Johnson, past state president from Kenton Lodge 428. Dwayne Brown, past state president from Galleon Lodge 303. Mike Murphy from Lima Lodge 199. Mark Bosch, past state president from Marion Lodge, 889. Mike Eulenhake from Lima Lodge, 199. Bob Goldsmith, Middletown Lodge, 501. Steve Speaks, past state president from Gahanna Lodge, 2463. Ted DeVos from Gahanna Lodge, 2463. Lloyd Smith, past state president from Finley Lodge, 698. Richard Cowden from Marysville Lodge, 1652. Jim Gibson, past state president from Columbus Lodge, number 11. Dave Simpson, past state president from Dayton Lodge, 73. Mike L. Beaver from Bryan Lodge, 1064. Gerald Greenhill from Ashland Lodge, 1383. Larry Bosserman from Finley Lodge, 698. Glenn Hinton, past state president from Marietta, 1823. Excuse me. Mark Harper from Bucyrus Lodge, 669. Bob Busen from Rittman Lodge, 860. Bill Paulus from Rittman Lodge, 860. John Allen from Creston Lodge, 1224. Dave Maggard from Delaware Lodge, 1167. Jim Ludwig, past state president from Newcomerstown, 1337. Jim Whitaker from Sylvania Lodge, 1579. Jim Vogue from Nerk Lodge, 499. Gene North from Nerk Lodge, 499. Glenn Neal from East Palestine Lodge, 467. Larry Glenn from Greenville Lodge, 329. Rob Robinson from Whitehall Lodge, 1245. John Starkey, past state president from Lancaster Lodge, 955. Douglas Strahler from Springfield Lodge, 536. Tom Sheridan from Crystal Lakes Lodge, 2464. Michael Humble from Wadsworth Lodge, 2070. Bob Hollenstein from Lima Lodge, 199. Kevin Kramer from Finley Lodge, 698. Bob Lees. They put down the lodge number, Bob. What's that?
73.
From Dayton, 73. Mark Anderson from Delaware Lodge, 1167. Buzz Barber, past state president from Hilliard Lodge, 2236. I'll come back to that. Arnie Hawley, past state president from Hilliard Lodge, 2236. Jack Paul from Columbus Lodge, number 11. Dan Denny from Hilliard Lodge, 2236. Gary Ryan from Worthington Lodge, 1427. Got it. Bob Wood from Loveland Lodge, 2583. Have I missed any other pilgrims? John Johnson, past state president from Galleon Lodge, 303. Scott Elliott. Bill Sweeney and Ted Murphy from Arden Lodge, 701. And I'm John Sykes, past state president from Galleon Lodge, 303.
At this time, I am honored that College of Regents President, along with the Deputy Grand Regent, Lon Bosserman, from the Finley Chapter 362, will you and all your colleagues please stand and be recognized. We're equally honored to have so many of our fellows and loose legionnaires in our regalia. Won't you please stand and be recognized?
and remain standing until the entire list is called. Our Director General, William B. Airy. Past Supreme Governor, Don R. Izzo. Supreme Councilman, Danny Albert. New Haven Board of Directors, John Sykes. OSMA Webmaster and International Webmaster, Steve Speaks. Director of Communications and Public Affairs, Kurt Wermeister. International Activities Committee, Buck Dials. International Communications Committee, Bill Dick. Our State President of the International Loss Prevention Committee, Tom Ziegler. Moose Legion Area Manager, Jim Whitaker. Operations Analyst, Ted Thompson. Senior Operations Analyst, Ken Hart. Deputy Supreme Governor, Bob Goldsmith. Deputy Supreme Governor, Bob Schaefer. Moose Legion Ambassador, Doug Strahler. Moose Legion Ambassador, Bill Rader. Past Grand Regent, Carol Smith. Past Grand Council Member, Mary Bales. Past Grand Council Member, Meredith Casco. Deputy Grand Regent for Ohio, Bob Bosman. And I am Regional Manager, Dwayne Brown.
Sergeant at Arms, you have a new couple of brothers and their ladies stand and face the audience. Everyone please rise. I was supposed to actually do that, but thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the conclusion of this special ceremony. I would like to add a few comments as members of the great this fraternity. These men who have served either directly or indirectly in the affairs of our fraternity, and for that we express our appreciation. Obviously, the greatest service, for the most part, has been in their home lives. And probably each home life has been and still is encouraged to hold an event which could include an enrollment ceremony in the new Pilgrim's honor, as well as recognition banquet, developed by the Home Lodge Board of Officers, and at a time convenient for that lodge program activities. The Home Lodge might invite honored guests from across the fraternity as the lodge sees fit. What I make it simply that while today all of my pilgrims have met here to honor a new pilgrim, later on this year, each lodge should choose a date to honor that lodge's new pilgrim as well. We'd like to thank you for your participation in today's ceremony. At this time, I would like to ask Tom Ziegler, President of the Ohio State Blues Association, to come to the microphone so he might make a few remarks, including what we'll be doing at the end of this ceremony. So, Tom.
Thank you, Ron. I remember vividly, proudly, and fondly this day last year when my shoulders were draped with the gold jacket. So on behalf of the Executive Board of the Ohio State Blues Association, congratulations to you 11 brothers. Let's give them another round of applause. I would like to introduce that Executive Board. I believe they're all here. Junior Past President Jim Ludwig, Vice President Mike Humble. I'm going to promote you. Prelate Don Perdue. Treasurer Dan Bobbitt. State Secretary John Sipes. And our Regional Manager Dwayne Brown. Let's give these gentlemen a round of applause. Immediately following this ceremony, there's going to be sandwiches and beverages served. I'm not sure what room number it is, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Right down this hall right here. Once again, congratulations, gentlemen. Thank everyone for being here today. It's a wonderful service.
Once again, I'd like to bring our regional manager
feel? How does it feel to have the gold blazer finally on you, presented by the fraternity in recognition of service that you've provided over these past years? How does it feel to know that you're seated in that chair today because some pilgrim took a moment to complete a form and send it in for you to be considered for this degree? How does it feel to know that out of all of the men in this fraternity, your regional manager endorsed that recommendation? How does it feel to know that for a period of 2 years, this fraternity looked into your background, your fraternal record was double-checked, and your recommendation for the degree of merit was brought before the Pilgrim consistory, so that every past supreme governor of this order would raise his hand and say yes? Or should one of them say no, would not be here today? How does it feel to know that you've been recognized because you made a difference in the life of someone else? How does it feel to know that elderly members of this order, men and women, reside in a place called Moose Haven because you chose to belong to this organization and to support our program? How does it feel to know that communities have come closer together because you've participated, supported, financed, and believed in programs such as Safe Service, Tommy Moose, YCC, Youth Awareness, Boy Scouts, Little League, American Red Cross, and many other programs? How does it feel to know that you're here today because you believe in an organization that supports activities for the entire family? How does it feel to know that you're part of service to more than 11,000 youngsters who have a second chance at life because you believe in the city of children? How does it feel to know that the stamp of approval went on your record because you fulfilled an obligation strengthening the defending circle and giving of yourself? You sacrificed. You've given us a lot.
better smile. Smile, Bob. You're on candid camera.
Allegiance as follows.
Outstanding job. Outstanding. Fabulous.
Another 10, Kurt.
If anyone lost a tie chain, with a standing moose on it, please see the state secretary, he has it.